Hi everyone, welcome to Career Views. I am Nana. My professional network knows me as Nancy. In this video today, I'm going to talk about all the things that you need to know regarding interviews. I'll be talking about myths and reality related to interviews, how to prepare for the interviews, what do interviewers look for in a good candidate. Also, I'll be telling you what you must do after the interviews. So let's get started. The three myths about job interviews are: job interviews are a very fair process. Second myth is the job goes to the most suitable candidate. The third myth is some people are actually so good at interviews that they always nail it. These are the wrong conceptions about interviews. Now let me show you some of the reality. Interviews are often considered as lottery. The job goes to the candidate who performs really well at the interview. Some people are just great at impressing the interviewers. Lots of research shows that it's not necessary that the best candidate and the most suitable one is always judged right. It depends a lot on the temperament and mindset of the interviewers that makes a candidate selected. Everyone can ace the interviews. It depends on the preparation. You get a lot better with time and the more interview experience you have. Now let me give you some examples of bad interviewers. Yes, they do exist. Bad interviewers judge you only on the basis of your performance during an interview. They overlook your resume, your experience, and everything else. They are sitting in the interview panel to pick up mistakes of a candidate. Some people reject good candidates on the basis of how they look. The interviewers who follow their gut feeling, they follow their intuition rather than anything else that is happening during the interview. These are the recruiters or hiring managers who are going to make you ghosted after the interview. They will be non-responsive. Even if they are responsive, they will not properly provide you a feedback on how your interview was. Clearly, they define that they don't like you. That's why you don't deserve to have a job. This is utterly an example of a bad interviewer. Now let's talk about the good ones. A good interviewer always use a rating form to evaluate you during an interview. A good interviewer never judges you based on his or her preferences. They ask you questions which are related to the job. They check your competence related to the job based on their experience. Their questions are more specific. Good interviewers always try to make the candidates feel comfortable during an interview. They would not ask you questions that interviewers are aware would make candidate uncomfortable. Lastly, good interviewers always take notes during an interview. They understand your achievements, your contributions in your previous job. They put their decisions on the basis of your performance during an interview and your overall exposure. The next thing would be how to prepare for an interview. Now let's talk about what normally the candidates do when they get an interview call. Everybody looks at the interviewer profiles on LinkedIn. People visit companies' website. They understand how the hiring process would be. They look at the job description. These things or this kind of preparation would put you at par with other candidates. But you don't want to be at par with the other candidates. You obviously want to be better than them. How you must prepare for an interview in this case? The first thing, understand to read between the lines. For example, you've got a call from an interviewer or a recruiter who is telling you that we are looking for a person who is self-starter, who has managed a team before, who is a self-motivated person. These are the things that you should highlight during your interview. The next thing, go a step ahead. Rather than just looking at company's website, Find your common connections working for the organization. Give them a call. Understand the interview process better. Understand what kind of culture the company follows. Take as much information about the job as possible from the person who had called you. Understand who will be there in the interview, whether it's going to be a one-to-one interview or it's going to be a panel interview. You can always ask them, is there going to be a test? Some organizations, they outright tell you that we want to test you for this thing, and it comes as a shock to the candidate. It's good to always ask. They might have missed on this information, but you can always upfront ask the recruiter that is there going to be a test for this particular position. The next thing is practice. Practice is the key to good interviews. By practicing, I don't mean you practice the common interview questions, but if there is a test, you should specifically prepare for that. If they are looking for a particular qualification in that job role and you don't have it, you must look how you are going to counter that question. What should be your answer for that specific question by the interviewers? Identify your talents. Understand that you are the right person for the job. I don't want you to sit with the job description and match it line by line. Focus on what you have to offer. Be confident about each line you speak. Have your skills and your emotional intelligence qualities with you during the interview, and it would surely contribute to your success. My top 3 tips to have an edge over the other candidates is, you must identify how you could contribute to the role. The second thing, prepare stories, examples to quote, and your experience from the past. Third thing, rehearse. Stand in front of the mirror. Give your answers. Say your contributions. Hear them out. Understand how your ears are liking what you're saying. See if you want to change something. See if you want to change the wordings of your answers. And prepare yourself. It's not necessary. The interviewers will ask you the right questions always. You see the energy around you. But be focused on yourself. Focus on what you want to say in a particular situation. You should be more ready with your talents rather than just preparing on the common interview questions. Everybody says dress to impress during an interview, but different organizations judge you on the basis of different things. It totally depends on the environment the organization has. Some organizations are very comfortable with casual, business casuals. Other organizations, they really wanted you to suit up. There are some organizations that only judge you based on your attire, whether you would fit in the organization, how your shoes are, how you have done your hair, whether you are in line with the company's standards. From my experience, I would advise you, wear something that you are comfortable in. You cannot look good in the clothes you feel uncomfortable with. Wear comfortable shoes, even heels for women. Try the heels well in advance. They should not bite your feet. Another way to check what you should wear for an interview is be around the office area during the lunch break. You will see the visitors or people going on their lunch breaks, and you will get an idea of what kind of attire the company employees generally wear. Visit the venue well in advance. Have a dummy run. Visit the area and see how much traffic is there around the area, how much time do you take from your home to reach the interview place. You must be well aware of what are the places around. Maybe you reach there well in advance, which is like half an hour to 40 minutes early. In that case, you must not enter the building or the premises. You should wait around the area. 15 minutes is an ideal time to arrive in advance. Don't be late. It's a big turn off for any interview to be late for it. Another thing that you could do is make a checklist. Prepare all your documents in advance. For example, if you're working in the marketing field, you may carry your laptop to show some of the projects. If you could take the printouts, take at least 3 copies of each document that you want to present to the interviewers. If you want to carry a flash drive or a USB drive, make sure you check it on your computer well in advance. It's always good to carry multiple copies of your resume in case you need any ID cards you might need to show on the building. So make sure you prepare all these things a night before your interview. Now we'll talk about the D-Day. Some tips when you arrive at the interview place. Be nice to the receptionist. Tell exactly whom you have come to meet. She will make you sit. Don't show that you're very nervous. Check your shoulder muscles. Check your hands. Don't fidget. Don't be on your phone all the time. Maybe you are being seen in the CCTV cameras. Have a visit to the restroom. See your hair, your makeup if you need to do a touch-up, and be ready, be confident. Now let's talk about the climax we've been waiting for, the interview time. Let me start with the entrance. When you enter the interview room, make sure you have a smile on your face, you do a firm handshake, you say your greetings right, and then you take a seat. But do not miss to make an eye contact with the interviewers. Your eye contact shows your confidence. Once you settle in, look at your body language. Look at your shoulders, your fingers. Don't put your hands under the table. Don't point fingers. These are some of the things that you must look at. Don't try to behave like a child or fidget with things around. Stay calm, composed, look at the interviewers, maintain a proper eye contact, don't show your nervousness, learn to hide it. Now let me talk about some of the clues that you pick once your interview begins. You must look for the clues when an interviewer says, okay, yes, and gives you a glazed look. It means that you have elaborated your answer too much. And on the other hand, if the interviewer says, could you tell me more about this, or when did this happen, it means your answer was too brief. You should elaborate your answers and probably add some examples too. Never interrupt the interviewers. If they are trying to say something or explain something, be a good listener. Listen to what they are saying, pay attention to the detail, and frame your answers accordingly. Try not to ask the interviewers to repeat their questions. Pay attention. It doesn't portray active listening skills if you ask them to repeat their questions frequently. You must spot the opportunities and explain yourself. If they ask you, could you tell me about your job? Say the key achievements. Each answer that you give should portray the qualities or the skills that you possess. All these questions that you have well prepared in advance about your contributions give you an opportunity to position yourself for success. I have made several videos about how to answer different interview questions. I'll be leaving a link in the description about those videos. Watch on how you could practice and prepare different answers because these questions are specific to your profile. So there is no standard answer of these questions. But all I could tell you is don't be negative while answering any question. Don't badmouth your existing organization or your previous boss. It doesn't give a good impression. Now we will talk about how to manage the situation if you have been successful or unsuccessful during an interview. So let's look at it. The 3 things that you could do if you've been unsuccessful during an interview. Learn your lessons and work on them. Ask for a feedback. Ask what mistakes you have done so that you don't repeat them. Stay positive. Maybe you are not the reason of rejection. There are other reasons. As I said in the beginning of the video, it's not necessary that you are the reason for rejection. So don't worry. There will be a next opportunity coming your way soon. Consider this was just a practice session. Congratulations if you have been successful. Needless to say, if you've been successful, that's what you wanted. Learn what made you successful. What things you do which were extraordinary. How you prepared so well that you aced this interview. Did luck favor you somehow? So these are the questions to ask yourself, and always keep on learning and evolving when it comes to interviews. I have also made some videos about negotiating an offer letter, transition period from one organization to another, and the exit interview. I'll be leaving those links as well. Do check them out if you're interested. I hope you found this video valuable. Do let me know in the comments, how did you found this video? If you have any questions regarding interview preparation, do reach out to me. I prepare candidates for job interviews of any kind through online consultations. Do let me know, how did you found this video? If you have seen my videos for the first time, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for getting more career tips from me. Thanks for watching.